Houston, trying to get to Holland or France. The man on the Mac said, you better get back. You know they didn't even give us a chance. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it could be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Finally made the plan to Paris, honeymoon and I'm on the same. Peter Brown called and say you can make it okay. You can get married and just talk in the bed. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it could be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Drove to Paris, Amsterdam, Houston, talking in a bed for a week. Newspaper said, what are you doing in bed? I said, we're only trying to get us a piece. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it could be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Saving all your money for a rainy day, giving all your clothes to charity. Yeah, last night my wife said, the morning you're dead, you don't take nothing with you, except made a lot of the piano, eating chocolate cake in the bag. The newspaper says she's gonna attend, they just look like the gurus and drag. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it could be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Hey, how you doing out there, guitar heroes? All right, well, we pretty much got a John Lennon song here, although it is it's credited to the Beatles, so evidently Paul must have been around at least for something. Not sure what he contributed. Pretty much a pure John Lennon and Yoko thing. It's called The Ballad of John and Yoko, 1969, about the time that things were going the wrong way for the Beatles, meaning it didn't last much longer. This is really a good song. It's got a little bit of speed to it. This little beginning thing, which is kind of a bass thing. Actually, you don't really play it on guitar, but this adds a little bit. So I know it's kind of a prominent part in the song. You know, we got a chorus. We repeat that 2, 3, 4 times, and then we've got 4 or 5 verses here. And then we've got a bridge, and that's a little bit different. And you know, other than that, that's it. We don't have any bar chords here, although we do have a B7, which sometimes is a little challenging for beginners or people that have actually been playing for a while. It's a good old B7. All right, so first verse, well, let's just go through this little bass thing. Open, fourth fret on the big E string. Open, 4, and then we go over on the A string. 2 to 4. Then back to the open, 4, 2, 4, 2. Open, 4, A string, 2, 4, 2. And then you could take it up to the next one, which would be the A string. There'd be a turnaround, and then then you can start with your open E. So that's what we start with. We start with that open E, standing in the dock of Southampton, and drag that out for the whole first line, trying to get to Holland or France. And then the E7, the man in the Mac said, you gotta get back. You know we didn't even give us a chance. So no fast chord changes here, right? Hang on the E for the whole first line, which is probably actually 2 lines of lyrics. And then the E7, we just pick up our first finger for the E7. And then we go into the chorus. And so we're going to be in there. Christ, you know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. Back to the E. The way things are going, and then your B7. All right, so we got first finger on the D string, on the first fret, and then second fret for the second finger on the A string, and then you're over on the G string with that third finger, and then on the little E on, and so those are all on the second fret. These are all on second fret, only the first finger is up here. And this one you want to lay your thumb on top of the big E because you don't want that in there. Just like C's and A minors. So the way things are going, and then A7, they're going to crucify A, back to E. So during these verses, you really got just one chord, E and then the E7. That's all you got for the whole thing. So you can't get much simpler than that. Let's check out our strumming pace. Trying to get the hollow of friends. The man in the Mac said, you gotta get back. You know I didn't even get to chat back. You know it ain't easy. You know how hard it can be. The way things are going, they're gonna crucify me. Yeah, I put a little bit of, that palm muting and a little bit of emphasis on the first one. Releasing these fingers up and down, just taking the tension off, and at the same time a little bit of palm muting down here. And that's always a good idea to do that, especially when you have the same chord going for a lengthy period of time. If you're changing chords quickly, it's not as big a deal, but in this case that adds a little bit of rhythm and kind of eliminates a little bit of the monotony. Okay, so there's your, you got the verse, there's your chorus. Then we got this bridge, and it starts on an A. Saving all your money for a rainy day, giving all your clothes to charity. B7. Last night my wife said, oh boy, when you're dead, you don't take nothing with you but your soul. Think. That's you know what, I lied. I guess there is a B. Well, you can use a bar chord B here if you want to. I suppose you could use a B7. Yeah, either one, B7 or B. I'd like to use B sometimes, but it doesn't really matter. I guess B probably makes more sense only because this whole line is this B7. Last night my wife said, oh boy, when you're dead, you don't take nothing but you with your soul. And then think. It could be either one. Then we go back to the next verse, and then there's one more short verse. So this is, really from that perspective, the song's pretty simple because there just isn't a lot of chords, and the ones that are in there. So you're really putting more emphasis on your, on your strumming pattern to give a little bit of variety in there. And it moves pretty fast, although the strumming pattern is not really horrible here. So that's about all I really got to say about this song. I really like this song. It's a good one. I like this would be in the key of E. Why is it in the key of E? Because we've got the three major chords. Right? We got E's are 1, we got the A7s are 2. I'm sorry, the 4th chord, and then a B7 is going to be our 5th chord. So we know that thing's going to be in the key of E. All right, there you go. Ballad of Johnny Yoko, Beatles, 1969. Have a great day. Hope you got something out of this lesson, and talk to you later.